Over the past 3 years, Samsung has averaged about 31% of global television sales. And while that doesn't mean that they're only selling television sets from last year's new releases, it does mean that they have an incredible amount of televisions going out into homes. In years past, this meant that Samsung had a lot of connected televisions and a lot of good revenue, but this year it means something different for those of you who are building a smart home or who have already put a lot of work into Samsung's smart home platform known as SmartThings. Why do I say that? It's because Samsung is putting the SmartThings Hub software in many of their new 2022 TV sets, and that means not only will a number of people get a brand new hub with their television, but that the user base for SmartThings just went up considerably, up over 60 million users already. Hello Automators, thanks for tuning in again. I'm Brian from Automate Your Life, and while this news is important, it doesn't mean that everyone who gets a 2022 Samsung television will instantly start using SmartThings. I think we know that most users will plug in their television and walk through basic setup, but not necessarily use that hub. Samsung also gave us those SmartThings hubs in their Family Hub fridge as well, and they have included the option for Family Hub displays on their bespoke lineup. All of this on top of another device that I think is really going to shake up the whole smart home industry very quickly. That device is called the Samsung Home Hub, and it's essentially an 8.4-inch Samsung tablet that sits in a white dock. That doesn't seem like much initially, but Samsung has also added 2 microphones and 2 speakers to the device for voice assistant control through their voice assistant Bixby. We don't have details of where those microphones sit or where the speakers sit, but if I'm designing this, then I'm putting 1 microphone on the tablet and 1 on the dock, and same for the speakers. That's because you can pick this tablet up and take it around with you, only returning it to the dock when you do need to charge. Of course, the biggest problem with everything I just said is that it's Bixby as the voice assistant, and I think if I'm looking at the situation between Sonos and Google, where Google is going to have some difficulty with their smart speakers going forward, and we have a lot of partnership going on between Google and Samsung, then I would be creating that option for users as well, or I think every review is going to state that Bixby isn't great, and that's the biggest problem with this new tablet. On that note, when I look at the pictures that Samsung has given us, what I see is the new SmartThings application layered on top of Samsung's version of Android. This is the culmination of what the SmartThings app has been evolving into for the last few years, which is as much about living as it is about turning on your lights and unlocking your front door. All of the little buttons for SmartThings Cooking and SmartThings Energy are going to help you integrate more aspects of your life and get to them quicker, but there is still an incredible feature here that I haven't seen anyone catch on to just yet. A little while ago, we got this version 2.5 of the SmartThings app, and when I showcased this application, there was some pushback that this update wasn't necessary, but it's actually this update that has changed the entire situation, because the favorites page on this application can be customized per device. Now, if you're a smart home person, your mind just exploded with the idea that you could put 3 of these around your home and customize each one of them with a really great control interface for that part of your home. Allow me to take that even further, because the favorites pages are customizable per person as well as per device. So if Samsung is smart enough here, they can give us the ability to quickly switch between users as well as the ability to switch between favorites as we move throughout our home. But there's more to what Samsung gave us at CES that really changes the platform. Just about everyone has heard about the new Matter standard coming to the smart home industry and how Samsung has been working in partnership with Google, Amazon, Apple, and what used to be called the Zigbee Alliance. Not only did we see a ton of companies come forward at CES and say that they're both ready for Matter and will be releasing new products that are compatible with the new standard, but Samsung also reaffirmed this, and with a lot of the design decisions they're making with these fridges and the television sets, and of course the hub here, they are showing that they've gone all in on Wi-Fi or Ethernet connections within the Matter standard. We haven't heard much about Thread, and I've been asking questions, so this is still something that's kind of hanging out there with the Samsung SmartThings platform, but I don't believe that they're going to miss out on this opportunity because clearly they've made sure they're ready for the other aspects of Matter. Speaking of other technologies, it seems to me that Samsung is preparing for this transition while it's still maintaining a look back at some of the technologies that got them to where they are today. The biggest one for Samsung, I think, is Zigbee, and they showed that with a new USB Zigbee stick that they will sell as an accessory, because the fridges and the televisions and most of the places that we will see the SmartThings hub drop into now will not have those extra radios, or at least that's what it looks like today. So instead, you'll be able to purchase this USB accessory and add that feature should you need it. For most of us that have SmartThings already, we won't need this because we have the older hubs, and this will provide a transition for us from the older smart home technologies to the Matter standard and on Wi-Fi, Ethernet, and likely Thread. And there's one more type of device that was added to the SmartThings hub or SmartThings software system, and that is actually new monitors like the M8 Smart Monitor. This will include a SmartThings hub as well, and we can see Samsung working to put their new gaming hub just about everywhere. So not only will you be able to control your smart home from that monitor, but you'll also be able to game from that monitor without a PC being attached at all. All of this is on top of the Edge driver program, giving us more local control and more locally connected devices. Plus, the Matter standard, it's starting to become clear just how much local networking we're going to have with that standard. And Samsung actually had a lot more announcements than just this. And those are contained in our coverage of CES 2022, where you will see how you can actually use some of these products that were unveiled at the show. So go check that out. Otherwise, thanks for watching today. And of course, don't hate, automate.